Hi everybody, hope you're doing marvelously well. I know it's a difficult time at the moment with many of you stuck at home, and I do hope that with all of this free YouTube content that we can do some stuff together and really enjoy making music and mixing music. In that spirit, we have a new plugin that I wanted to demo. I haven't tried it out yet, so it should be a lot of fun. It's a brand new plugin from Waves. It's called the MultiMod Rack. If you haven't yet, please go to producelikeapro.com and sign up for the email list. There's a whole bunch of free goodies. Over the next few weeks, we'll be giving out a lot of free courses here on YouTube. There's already one that came out a couple of days ago with Brad Wood. That is a great course. There's multi-tracks available for download, and I'm also mixing the song as well. So you've got two different perspectives on how to mix that song. And just stay tuned because there's a ton of other free stuff coming out. So let's get started on this rather interesting plugin. It's called the MultiMod Rack. If I read the details here, this is the thing I think that excited me most, because it's a 3-slot rack that accepts all of those of the newest Waves plugins. I believe it's the Berzerk, the Abbey Road Saturator, the MDX Fuzz, and also the Overdrive and the Screamer, because the MDMX Fuzz, Overdrive and the Screamer was all in one. And it can do all kinds of fun things. I think the most important things is you can assign a different plugin to a different frequency band. So I could distort the low end differently to the mid-range to the highs, which is a very interesting idea. You know, we talk a lot about like room mics that have a lot of cymbals in there. And I try to get distortion just to distort the high mids to soften the blow of those cymbals in the room mics. So that could be fun. There's also a modulation effect that can be assigned to those 3 different slots. So there's tons and tons of fun things we could do with it. So I just want to try it out. So what I've done here is I've taken a track. So here's a drum track. So in context with the song, it's one of Steve Magora's tracks.
Just lose yourself with me and you, and tell me what you want to do, and we'll dance along the satin till the morning.
What was cool about this track is I've actually already used it with the MDX, and we had some fun with different distortions, you know, the Berzerk, the MDX, the Screamer, all of that kind of fun stuff. But I haven't tried doing completely different things in different frequencies because that wasn't an option. So now it is. Let's see what we can do. So here it is. Wow, it's very cool looking. So we've got 1, 2, 3 slots here. Each one is loaded presently up with Berzerk. If I go over to the far right, I see a mix control for the overall effect. Output control. Got a low, mid, and high. Oh, I see spatial control. So the low's focused in mono. Very nice. Mid-range is somewhat wide, and then the high is completely wide. So that's an interesting idea. You understand what I'm saying? So low end, mono, mid-range here, ultra high is super wide. So that's pretty tasty. Got harmonic content, gain, and bypass. Here we can solo and mute each one. And then here is each one. I click on the, yeah, okay, so I click on the plus, I can choose each one of these. I'm just gonna play it and see what it sounds like. Okay, so this is the first Berzerk here. It's called Buzz. I'm going to take this control and go full effect. So now we're going to listen to only the effect, and we've soloed the low end. Okay, so density control, you saw what it did to the waveform there. Here's the drive. So I brought that down so it's just hitting kick drum only, the bass drum. Let's try some different sounds. That's fun. I seem to remember clipped was really good on kick drums. Yeah. Here's the Berzerk button. There's so many controls. Modulation frequencies. $60-ish. Oh yeah. It's pretty weird. Weird and wonderful. So it's just using just that in solo. Let's go to the mid-range. Wow. Wow. Okay, so that's totally wrongified it and done all the kind of silliness that you know I love. But I want to get a little crazier. Okay, so there's some chorus, there's some delay as well. Wow, that's nutty. I wonder if it's just like put reverb on that mid-range, maybe bring this up a little higher. Nice!
Do, and we'll dance along the satin till the morning. Just lose yourself with me and you, and tell me what.
This could get silly. This could be on everything. Okay, so I pulled it down quite a lot. So I've got the reverb now on this sort of in the mid-range only, but there's a modulation going on between the highs and the mids here, which is insane. Bring the mix up. Bypass. All right, let's have some fun here. I'm going to try a completely different. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Let's try it. Let's do the distortion here on there. Oh, I like we've got the mix inside of it as well. Move it around. Ah, that's genius. Listen to this. So that was a really, really quick blend, but here's in bypass. Bring it in.
Morning. Just lose yourself with me and you, and tell me what you wanna do, and we'll dance along the satin till the morning. Just lose yourself. Yourself with me and you, and tell me
it's really, really great. So I'm going to go and whack this on the Nord. It's just electric keyboard sound. You know what? I want to put some chorus on. There you go. Oh yeah. This is going to be very, very tempting to use everywhere because you can just use you can mess around with it, get something really over the top and then just blend it back in. And you know, in this world of perfection is what we're looking for, things to randomize, but this is like the randomized plugin on acid. I mean, all these other plugins are really great and we had a fantastic time using them individually, but now all of them together are rather special. Okay, so let's put the drums in.
And tell me what you wanna do, and we'll dance along the satin till the morning. Just lose yourself with me and you, and tell me what you wanna do, and we'll dance along the satin till the morning.
Really fantastic. Okay, so let's mess around with the modulation a little bit and see what it can do. Go back to the mid-range here. I'm going to get a more pleasing distortion. I actually think the Berzerk's a little much for me. Go to the Abbey Road. The red's great. That's the kind of distortion I like. Okay, so now we got a nice sweet distortion. Let's take it out. I think the high mids are a little too crazy for me. Unless I bring that mix back. I think this, I like it, but I just don't want so much of it. So much control here, it's ridiculous. Now, if I click on here, I can change the modulation. So if I go to mod 1, I can change the rate. Wow. Change the phase, smooth. Okay. This is just one of those plugins that you're going to want to tweak like crazy. But here's the fun thing, is you can do anything with this modulation. If I hit here, look at this, I can choose. Absolutely crazy. Crazy. Okay, but I like it here is I can draw my own. So if we want, we could kind of go. Take this. Now I'm drawing my own modulation. I have no idea what it's going to sound like. Fun! Let's bring the lows down. So I've got a chorus effect on the low end. On my mid-range, I've got a really sweet Abbey Road red emulation, pushing it up. So I've got the Abbey Road on there, and now I've got the Berzerk on the high mids, which are a little loud at the moment, and I've changed the modulation to do something I wanted to do. I'm going to step out of the multi-mod for a second and go and grab a Waves reverb. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell Waves. I bring the mix down here. That's what I started with. Yawn. Boring. Bring the mix down.
With me and tell me what you wanna do, and we'll dance along the satin till the morning.
Wow, there is so much to do here. This is going to be very tempting to just use all of the time because I can take any sound and just manipulate areas of it, different frequencies, put modulation on it, different distortions, different saturations. Reverb off for a second. Before. So let's put some of that warmth back in. So I'm going to now.
What I need, and I can only hope that what you see is you and me, and never letting go.
I've been watching a couple of Netflix shows, well, few minutes of a few Netflix shows. One of them was called Hinterland, and it's really cool. It's a Welsh TV show. It's really well acted, brilliantly filmed, excellent, and it's been out for a few years, but there's a lot of really, really great music in it where there's just tiny amounts of saturation on random instruments, sometimes only in the left side that you hear, my left, your right. And I've been really, really enjoying the visuals and the distortion and saturation effects that are going on. And this reminds me of that. I can get in there and just mess with things. I mean, the kind of guys and girls that are going to fall in love with this are kind of the junkie XLs, you know. Guys like that, soundtrack stuff, people that want to get in and really, really dissect their mix and do some really exciting and interesting things. This is definitely, you know, next level stuff. It makes me want to go back and remix quite a few things. It's going to be really good if you're using virtual instruments, because you're going to be able to like mess things up, modulate them, delay them, reverb them out, you know, saturate them, and just make them a little wrong. I get asked all the time, how do you make things sound more natural or less boring, less straight ahead? Here's the secret. Let's go back to the drum one for a second, see where we left off on that. So scraping the surface of this, really just scraping the surface. I have this crazy song here which has got really super heavy guitars in it and it's got some crazy synths. I just want to see if I can mess up the synths even more. So I just did some insane synthesizer stuff on that. Let's hear this one. That one's already messed up enough. This one's sounds like Depeche Mode meets a sandstorm. Okay, so I have no idea what that means, but that's what it felt like. What I learned is I like this modulation stuff here. I want to go to the mid-range first. I think I'm going to grab the overdrive, solo that, so we're soloing the mid-range. Crank the input, crank the gain. Change the type to a square wave. Nice. So that's nice, that's driving it. I like the overdrive, I think it's a little sweeter. So if I go down here, I can select modulation 1. It's on the low end now. There you go, crushed. I can EQ all of these sections. Got dynamics here. I can change the left and right pitch. And there's so many variations of stuff I can do here. I mean, that's more Michael Beinhorn, more Marilyn Manson to me. Now we could bring that mix back a little bit, so it's a little bit less insane, but fantastic. I think anything that makes me think of like Michael's work with, you know, Marilyn Manson in particular, because that album is fantastic. This kind of creativity is exactly what I'm looking for. So, have some fun wrongifying, have some fun randomizing. This looks like a schnizzle ton of fun. Please let us know what you get on with. Give us any comments and questions below. There's going to be links to the product page so you can go and hear probably more demos by more people. I just opened it up and started using it. You are with me using it for the first time, so hopefully you get not only this much excitement, but even more. Lots and lots of fun. Have a marvelous time recording and mixing. I hope you're all well under all of this stuff that we're going through at the moment. Please leave us a bunch of comments and questions below. I really, really appreciate all of you. This is an incredible community. Look after yourselves, stay well, have a marvelous time recording and mixing.